Guys, welcome back to another day here on the FiveAwesomeGeeks. This week I am coming to you from my laptop on a Sunday. Unfortunately, this week I don't have time to make a edited video, so this is just going to go up as is. I do apologize for that, but I completely forgot I have a double shift at work, and I'm going to be totally exhausted, so I just don't have time to do that. So I'm just going to take a couple minutes and talk about this week's topic. I have a lot of things I could possibly be talking about, and this whole week I have been trying to figure out what to talk about, and I've had no luck coming up with a topic. But I think I'm going to just talk about the one thing that does take up a majority of my time when I'm not working, and that is fanfiction writing. I absolutely love to write fanfiction. And I always end up just staying with one genre for like a long period of time, and that's all I'm writing about. When I first started, God, I don't even know how many years ago it was, it's been a very long time, I started with Dragon Ball Z, and I wrote a crap ton of stories for Dragon Ball Z. A lot of them have not been finished, because what happens is I get an idea, and then I end up writing a chapter or two for that story, and I forget about the one I had previous, and yeah, my muse is very, very weird that way. It wants to be heard when it wants to be heard, and it doesn't care what stories are ongoing. So, a lot of them unfortunately never got finished, but I've had that whole period of time where it was just anime that I was writing about. Started with Dragon Ball Z, I wrote a little bit for Yu-Gi-Oh!, Yu Hakusho, Inuyasha. My Inuyasha ones weren't that great because I was doing a lot of crossovers with Inuyasha, and they just weren't that terrific. But I really liked a lot of my Dragon Ball Z ones. And what happens with a lot of my fanfictions is I get into yaoi. I do a lot of shipping in my fanfiction writing. I do, especially with Dragon Ball Z, I did Trunks and Goten a lot. That was my major ship that I would work with. I also did Goku and Vegeta a couple of times. And then, of course, I did the normal pairings that were a part of the show, like Trunks and Pan. I did one for that. And then I made up a lot of characters. I do like to make up a lot of characters. In every show that I watch, I always make an original character that I base myself off of. So I put myself in a lot of these stories. And that's even true with the ones I'm working with now, like with Supernatural. I haven't introduced that character yet, but I have made my own character for Supernatural, and I think she's freaking kick-ass. I absolutely love her. She's probably one of my favorites that I've ever created in my time. Then I was really obsessed with Naruto. Naruto became the second verse that I just wrote a lot about, and I'm very proud of the ones I wrote for Naruto. Those are some of my absolute favorites, the ones I wrote for Naruto, because that's when I really started to get more in-depth with how I did detailing, because in the very beginning, if you look back at my very earliest works, they're not very detailed at all. It's just a lot of dialogue, and it's somewhat confusing as to who's talking when, yada yada. And then, as I got older, I started writing a lot more with details, and the paragraphs got longer, and it just looks nicer now than it did back then. A lot of those stories I probably would rewrite if I had time, but yeah, I do love my Naruto stories. They're some of my favorites. And again, I had a character in Naruto who I always went by, and that's how my nickname came about, if you guys didn't know that. My nickname, Kio-chan, actually is abbreviation of Kayoko Uchiha. Just took off the ending of her name, and it just became Kio-chan. And that's how my nickname came about. So a little tidbit there. And I just love writing. I really, absolutely love it. I love exploring all these yaoi pairings that never really get explored. And that's a big thing, even with Supernatural. Supernatural kind of does something that's a little bit annoying at times. They do a lot of queer baiting. Especially with Dean and Castiel. Their relationship, the Destiel relationship, is one that it's like there, but they don't specifically say, yeah, Dean and Cass, they absolutely have a romantic relationship. They have a strong kind of adopted sibling relationship. Dean always says that Cass is his brother, and Cass feels the same way about Dean. But you could tell that their relationship is much deeper than just brothers. They really, honestly love each other. And I love writing that. I also like writing about Sam, Dean's brother, and Gabriel, Castiel's brother. I love that pairing so much. I really do. Those guys had a connection from the episode where they met. I think it's Long Tales. I think the name of the episode was. It was like in season 4, I think, 3 or 4, and they had the connection when they both were just talking about the incident with the teacher and everything. Yeah, I love that. I just love their relationship, and I love writing that the most. That's what my current story is, the one that I'm working on every day. At least I try to work on every day. Brother to Brother, which is a story where Sam is doing everything he can to make Gabriel happy. Because Gabriel has been suffering because of the war between Lucifer and Michael. And I just love the story, and I just love where I'm going with it. And I got some nastiness in there. I got a little smut in chapter, I think it was like 13, 12 or 13. I don't remember exactly the number. But I wrote a smut chapter, and I like that chapter. That was a really good chapter. So Dylan, if you want to read some smut, go check out that story. I'll post a link to where you can find my fanfictions. I usually do fanfiction.net, but recently I've come across another website, a archive of our own. I have an account there as well. If you guys actually want to make an account there, I can send you guys invitations so you guys can make an account and like leave me some comments and stuff, because I love comments. Because comments really give me some inspiration. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is worth it. I, as you guys know, have kind of some self-esteem issues, so I like feedback. It just helps me grow and helps me move forward. So I love that with fanfiction writing. But those are some of my major pairings at this moment. The Sam and Gabriel, Castiel and Dean. I just love writing about those guys. They're just so much fun. I also have worked on a Lucifer fanfiction from the show Lucifer. That one is almost finished, and I like that one too. I love the Lucifer-Chloe dynamic. He was gonna tell her. The end of season 2. Oh, the writers, they kill me. They kill me every time. But yeah, so I love writing about all of the shows that I watch. But right now, Supernatural is my major fandom of choice. And if you guys have any suggestions for story ideas, and I'm mainly talking to Dylan, because Dylan knows exactly what I'm talking about. If you have something you want to see, if you have any prompts for me, I'll gladly accept them, because I really do want a challenge. I like challenges like that, where I have a random quote or some words and just go with a storyline. So, yeah, if you would do that, that'd be cool. I would thank you, because I want to write more. I really do. And I'm a perfectionist. I really am. And that's why it takes me so long to write a lot of chapters, is because I like it a certain way. And if I don't like the flow, I'm just gonna use it as a draft and not put it up until I am happy with it. So that's my one downside to my fanfiction writing, but I absolutely love it. It gives me calm, and it just helps with my creative process, and I love that. So, yeah, that is the one thing that I love that I don't really talk about all that often, and I really should probably talk about that more. So, that was it for me this week. Again, if you guys are interested in checking out my work, I will post the links to that in the cage below. So I would look forward to hearing what you guys think of them. I love reviews, so you can be as harsh as you want. I like reviews. So yeah, that's it for me this week. I'm gonna go get myself a little snack and get ready to go to work again. Woo! It's gonna be a long night, but you know, I do what I do, and I love it. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week. Good night.